15 days remain.
Welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. Last time, we defeated a cult that was about to attack Grand Trad, but more importantly, we farmed the mimics in their dungeon for 99 heroes jeweled roots. And this time, we're going to be doing a lot of fighting as well, because now it's time for turning in our baddie of the recruitment sensor. Almost forgot that. And I want to say this is the last bounty in the game. So I'll need to check the entrance to Grand Trad and see if the dialogue about this cult has changed. There, what's new? It's Grand Trad, there's gonna be racists everywhere.
Thanks, mate.
Hopefully there'll be less once when we're on the throne.
We did it.
There are people making weird noises in the background. Lot of money out of that. Yeah, we're up over 50,000. I'll go check what masks they have available at Brylehaven, because I'll be heading there anyway for the arena. Yes, there will be. I mean, at least the people in the Grand Trad Recruitment Center have come around to us. I mean, we were, like, the most hated here of anywhere when we first arrived in town. I think they were these people. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but their massive amounts of their blood is kind of on our hands. So, yeah, let's just back away slowly. Okay, no bargain day until the 15th. I need to remember that because I might want to buy some of the igniters now that I have money to burn. The Hyper and Charge igniters specifically. The Hyper one's more useful, I feel. But I do have some things that can be purified at a church, so let's see what we can do here. Yeah, the Pure White shoes can become Cobalt split shoes, Aureolan split shoes, and Emerald split shoes, or the Crimson split shoes. Now, you'll probably want to get the Crimson version for something that's coming up. I'll just say definitely start with the Crimson version, and then you can think about switching it to these others later. But this is what I was saying earlier about it just being, oh, I suppose now I can make this. Oh, the Proletariat Abacus can be upgraded. Oh, actually, Divine Fist might be useful. There's a fight in the arena that requires you to use only Brawler, but it's also very underleveled for where I am at this point. You know, I partially want to get this just to, like, test out this versus Peeler Stonecleaver with Amenor Habakiri versus humans versus Beloved Greatsword with Peeler Stonecleaver versus humans. I think I'll equip that for the moment. I haven't been using Synthesis for a little while. Well, I can get Dragoon's Mask now, which is going to be pretty useful for Juna. And, oh, I can make Destroyer's Mask right now. Which I think means the only ones that I have left to make are Swordmaster and Samurai. Because I can get Warlord, it just requires him to give up General. I'll need another Emperor to make that, so if I can somehow get 2 Emperor masks, though I can only buy 1 at a time, and then I need... Okay, let's take the Mind Mask as well. And the Mercy Mask. I will be explaining what these do shortly. I believe to make everything, I just need 2 Emperors and a Hierophant. Which sounds like some kind of political intrigue short story. But okay, yeah, you are selling Hierophant. But the main subject of this video is going to be the Coliseum. And for this, we're gonna need the greatest showman, or show girl in this case. That sounds bad though. But yes, I am going to be getting Juna's Royal Archetype, and let's see if I can do it with just the Leaves of Light, because if I can save my massively farmed stock of jeweled roots, the more the better. Okay, we might just barely not get it, so yeah, I think I will have to use one of my jeweled roots.
I've learned a new skill.
Deals unpredictable physical slash damage unless you go really out of your way to get the ultimate, what's called ultimate Joker weapon, the ultimate Faker weapon. But that should be enough. Yep. And this means I'm actually getting the Royal Archetypes in the order the party members join. That usually doesn't happen in my playthroughs.
Fascinating.
because it often takes me forever to get highest maze, and I also get Eupha's way earlier, but yes. Royal Masked Dancer. Many have commented that the color scheme of this is similar to Juna's eyes.
All right.
30,000 mag. Yeah, that's kind of pocket change at this point.
Course.
And here we go. She achieves her final form, which kind of becomes more about support than damage, just like is typical for her, even though she has a massive magic stat.
Let's go.
Finally, you're becoming your true self. Yes, the Persona parallels are even more, getting even more obvious.
Oh.
And we get some more Hero's Fruit.
I knew I could do it.
So, let's talk about Royal Masked Dancer and the last few masks. The Royal Masked Dancer keeps Ruin's Flamethrower from its second tier, but more notable among its starting skills are having Hellfire Dance and Ice Blue Dance without needing to use Synthesis. This means they cost one press turn all the time, and they make for excellent combos with Eupha, though this does play into the problem that I talked about regarding Juna. Despite her having a higher magic stat than her fellow magical party member Eupha, Eupha is the one who ends up doing all the damage, as Juna's support skills are far more valuable. But the few times that Juna does get a chance to do damage, they're aided by her rank 10 skill, Magic Surge, boosting magic damage by 25%, and at rank 20, Noble Dancer's Soul. After you get this, you do not lose a turn icon when defeating an enemy with Fire, Ice, Elect, Wind, Light, Dark, or Almighty damage. Because you don't need any of those other Synthesis dance skills, Royal Masked Dancer only has 2 left. Dance Macabre for the high instant kill odds, good for sweeping random encounters, and more importantly, Masquerade Charge. Once again, this means that to get the most use out of Juna, you'll have to not have her attack, but it's worth it for multiplied physical damage on the rest of your party in a game where physical is so good. So yeah, Royal Masked Dancer, excellent support, and good magic damage the few times that you do get to do that. It's resistant to ice and weak to electricity by default, but those resistances will change when equipping masks. Royal Masked Dancer can use all the same masks its regular form can, and it gets 5 totally new masks exclusive to it. Let's go over them. The Dancer mask essentially gives it back some elemental weakness granting skills that it lost from the transition from Persona Master, Thunderhead, Verdure, and Purge Light. The Men mask is a bit of a misnomer. It gives you passive skills to boost your HP and MP, and survive a fatal hit and fully revive once per battle. Equip this if you just want Juna to be an extremely bulky supporter. She can easily get by on just the skills from Royal Masked Dancer. Remember that it has 4 inheritance slots to spare too. The Mind Mask, meanwhile, is if you want her to be doing some more magical damage, getting Megadola, Hummerdine, and Mudordine. You might want to inherit Hyper for this, and you can't use the Igniter for it because that also takes up your accessory slot. You'd need to train Juna in Warlock for that, and yeah. But speaking of air, the most air of all of these is the Muscle Mask. On the plus side, you get access to Slash, Strike, and Pierce damage. On the minus side, this mask can only be used by Juna. You know, the one whose strength stat barely encroaches into the double digits. Well, at least the Mercy Mask is better. This one essentially gives you an all-in-one healing kit. The best full party heal skill, the best ailment curing skill, and the best revive skill. It'll give you a weakness to dark, but that's a small price to pay. These are a pretty good assortment of skills. Besides the Muscle Mask, I have no idea why that exists. And let's equip the Dragoon Mask just to show how much better this is than actual Dragoon. And I was gonna avoid using this for spoilers, but like, Will's hair's white in this video anyway, so it's already kind of gonna be spoiling things. So, I have intentionally put this off until right now. Now, the thing about the arena is, no, I don't want to do the Gauntlet Challenge. I want to do the normal battles. Yeah, ranked league battles. So, we are currently Bronze rank 3. So we're going to be fighting a group of goblins. Now, we should have fought this group way earlier in the game, and you can do the arena both in the day or the night, but I've just been busy doing things in the memorandum or other things, so I haven't had time until now, so I thought, may as well use this opportunity to do the entire thing in one video, just to show it all. So yeah, normally you want to use ailments against these, or weakness granting skills. Actually not a bad opportunity for Masked Dancer to show its stuff.
Alright, let's show him what we can do.
So yeah, I do actually have the Royal Masked Dancer in the party, because one of the things that Royal Masked Dancer can do is that it can use these, the Fire and Ice weakness granting skills without requiring synthesis. But you are going to, yes, switch out Basilio over to you. And now that everyone's weak to ice, and you have an ice boosting weapon, it's overkill, but the crowd probably loves it. So yeah, that's a general strategy for that. If you're just over-leveled, I could have just whacked them all with Almighty, but where's the fun in that? A strategy like that should do you well even when you're, like, fighting these things. They're only, like, in the 30s. Kind of mid to high 30s. So we've been promoted to Bronze 2, and this gives us the Mana War Gloves. Oh yeah, we also get Courage. I'll probably be skipping the Courage increases as we go through this video because I've already maxed out the stat, but if you want to max out Alonso's Bond as early as possible, you want to do a lot of the arena because it's your best source of Courage. Also increases your Royal Popularity a little bit, but no point in that at this point. And yes, it takes up 1 time slot, so we're now in the night time, but it can also be done at night. Oh, and if you see a quest popping up, it's because I haven't delivered the hot spring water yet, but I'm going to save that until after I've done the arena. We're currently Bronze 2. Who is our opponent this time? So, this fight is unique. It's going to be a field combat only challenge. A mob of flowers and snakes, basically.
It's gonna be tough.
So you won't be able to rely on skills here. And so for this is another reason why I believe that Sniper is an incredible archetype. Though, it's a lot better if you have a physical build will. I do like that some of these arena challenges are field combat. Because, like, really, I've said before in this playthrough that I feel like the field combat in this game is not exactly, like, super deep or anything. It's more meant as just a way to easily kill weak enemies or get preemptive strikes on strong enemies. Normally, these things would not go down in one hit, but I am extremely over-leveled for this challenge. The thing about the field combat... So, like, I like that the field combat challenges kind of give a little bit more depth to the action system. It's not like there's, like, a massive amount of depth to it. There's a lot of RPGs these days that are trying to do hybrid systems, but really, I still think that turn-based is fine. Also, yeah, we get a lot of every variety of holy water, so I can probably make another strong purify weapon at the church. Yeah, if you're doing this at the earliest point you can, heavenly water is insanely good for that point in the game.
14 days remain.
And day 2 of our epic arena action. Day 2 of our Coliseum fighter career, I mean. And in this one, we're going to be finishing up Bronze and starting Silver. Bronze 1, our next opponent is Vesp and Nokros. So yeah, Wasp and Butterfly. Special restriction. We are will soloing this one. So yeah, Gallic is recommending that you have some kind of protection against ailments here. And one of these enemies is weak to Pierce, the other is weak to Wind. So depending on whether you lean physical or magical, you might want to inherit Wind onto Sniper, or inherit Pierce onto Seeker. And also potentially equip something that lets you resist status ailments. Though, this is level 38, at that level you probably won't have anything that much. You'll probably have some kind of poison resistance though.
Come on.
So, this is going to be super easy, and we don't get scans on these. They're kind of all effectively treated as bosses, but yeah, let's go for the wild salvo here.
You hit their weakness.
Oh wow, you actually survived. Well, they both survived. Not bad, but they won't survive the second one. There we go. So you can probably do this during the Virga Island arc, that's generally when you're expected to do it. There is a fairly big level jump between tiers though, as you'll see tonight when I do Silver. So yeah, we get Fortune's Grasp, an accessory that increases the experience we gain. We also get a bonus, Rainbow Bath Blossom. Yeah, the Coliseum actually does, like, work by forcibly switching your party to just Will. So, Gallica thankfully tells you, although I feel like a lot of players might mash through it and miss it, that you'll want to go back into your menu and put other people in the party again before you head out to a dungeon. Or an arena fight, as the case may be. Silver 3, so what's our opponent? A swarm of Homo Tenters. Different skills and weaknesses. So, this one I feel is, there are kind of two main approaches to this. Either spam Almighty, or use Masked Dancer to give them all a unified weakness. And I think I'll try both. This fight is also at level 45, so yeah, big jump between Bronze and Silver if you're doing this at the actual recommended levels. And so for this, I think I'll actually go Faker on Will, just to go for some free juggling. I have Summon Tyrant on you, but also these ice skills to combo with Juna. Shouldn't need too long to finish off this fight. Here's Fortune's Grasp, by the way. Oh, it increases Archetype experience, not regular experience. 1.5 times Archetype experience and luck plus 10. Yeah, probably best to get this earlier in the game, but I was just distracted by memorandum entries.
What?
I love all these differently colored teeth.
What?
Seriously, Atlas, make Homo Tenta plushes, people would buy them.
Come on, come on.
All right. Let's show him what we can do.
So the scariest threat here is the Platinum Homo Tenta because it drains all magic. You can just use Physical on it, but I'd recommend single target Physical because it's also accompanied by the Gold Tenta, which is resistant to everything. And then we also have this one here, weak to fire, boing ice. This one boings fire and is weak to ice. And this one is just neutral to everything. So like I said, two main things to do here, and one of them is to just inflict all of them with a weakness, with Masked Dancer. And go for, say... Or we can use an attack that ignores resistances, but no, I'd rather hit a weakness on all of them. So let's go Black Frost time! Hopefully you get to leave some for Will, but if not, it's still cool. You did not, they all just died. We are literally 20 levels higher than them or more.
Satisfactory.
Well, yeah, at least got an Archetype level up on someone out of that.
Bravo!
So with this, we get the Miracle Igniter.
13 days remain.
As much as I really want to do more bonds, the reason that I'm focusing on the arena now is because I don't want to waste my nighttime slots. If I do bonds in the daytime, then I need to find something else to do with my night. And at the moment, the arena is the only efficient way to send my nighttime, and I've been saving the arena for when I can just knock it all out at once, just for the sake of efficiency in videos. So yeah, that's why. Still no Emperors.
I'm just incredible.
You know, I was about to say I'm preemptively equipping Sniper for this fight because it's a, another field battle, but Faker has a ranged attack on the field too, and people say that it's really good, and I've only really used it in the Dragon Temple, so let's, use that again. Oh! Oh, you're not allowed to do the arena in that weather. Hang on, can I fix that? Or can he only fix that in dungeons?
Sorry.
No, I can't. Oh, wow. I actually didn't know this. That the arena is locked out on bad weather days. Okay, I guess I am doing a bond today. And doing this one will set me up to max out you for the next time we're on the runner. So let's go for this. Wasn't expecting to have a bond break in the middle of this arena action, but,
It's all right.
always good to spend time with Eupha. There's only one, answer for this one. Yeah, here's the one that is a stat check, which requires rank 5 wisdom. Feels like ages ago since I got that, but it was during this deadline.
It's all right. Thank you very much.
Well, hopefully the bad weather in Brawlhaven will give a good backdrop to this. Ah, so that's finally gone public.
It would seem that... Actually...
I mean, I wouldn't, like, lead with, we battled him and won, but, I mean, we had no choice, but still.
Please, listen.
No, several of the believers that he took to the volcano were there. They can probably corroborate our story.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have some vouching for us, which is good. So, I said a long time ago, that there was something that I wanted to talk about, but I was gonna save it for Eupha's Bond. It was in that thing about why did Metaphor quote-unquote fail?
No.
But yeah, like, your faith was real, it's just, don't focus on solely praying to solve problems. Otherwise, you'll turn into America. I wish I was joking about that, but it's totally literal these days.
But then...
Yeah, now this is actually super interesting because, this kind of almost directly relates to, like, a line that Justine and Caroline say in the confessional in Persona 5 that kind of, like this basically directly is calling out, saying, like, no, you can still be religious and still also believe in actually living a proactive life. But yeah, so in that, like, thing, I was talking about that video on, like, you know, reasons why he thinks that maybe the game wouldn't be, like, relatable to some people, and one of the reasons that he says is that, like, the fact that the protagonist experiences systemic racism, like, at the very start of the story, and that could be, like, off-putting to some. I want to talk about this during Eupha's ranks because her experiencing racism in town is a big part of her storyline, and I find the idea that a protagonist who experiences racism
Very well.
might be unrelatable to players very, very sad. Because it's not an experience that I have. Like, I have the privilege of being white and male. I am autistic, so I do have something that can cause people to discriminate against me, but definitely not to the extreme extent that anybody who, sadly in some countries, who is a racial minority or cultural minority or LGBTQI+, experiences daily. But ever since my childhood, I have experienced fiction that talks about racism and encourages you to empathize and relate to characters who experience racism and just see how awful that is. Like, there was a play that I did as a kid that involved a Vietnamese exchange student who suffered racism-motivated bullying. And I just really liked that I grew up with these kind of stories because it's important that everyone understands these kind of experiences so that they can speak out when they see it happening in their lives. And so that they can understand what some people go through and understand how awful it is. So, I hope this all makes sense, but I've never had a problem relating to characters who experience racism, I'll just say. And I feel like people shouldn't have a problem, like, relating to characters like that. Oh, I interrupt this serious talk about racism for shipping. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, here's where things get kind of blatant. And it's the setup to the last rank, which I'm very much looking forward to. Also, another thing that should be a massive popularity boost, but it is not. Okay, please tell me Brawlhaven's fine now.
Where to?
It is not Blight, so we should be fine. But that does push my arena, stuff back by a little bit. Because, not being able to do it both time slots in a day effectively makes this take double time, so hopefully there's not that much Blight in Brawlhaven's future. I mean, Denny's forecast did say the next 2 days will be fine. So this one, Silver 2, is another field combat challenge. We'll be facing a Gobble and a Gargoyles and their good friend, Mr. Big Ogre. And it's also a time limit, so what I was saying earlier about, like, how, yeah, the game's field combat system isn't, like, that deep, but it's kind of nice that they use it a little bit in the arena. This one, I don't really feel is deep so much as it is... Oh, right, I'm already on Faker. We established I was going to use Faker to this. So much as it is a simple level check. This was where I got walled by the arena on my first playthrough. Because not only do you have to field kill all these enemies, at least you have companions this time, but not only do you have to field kill all these enemies, you have to do it within a time limit. So really, this is just a stat gate. If your stats are high enough to field kill everything here, you should be fine. But if you're too low level, you will not finish this challenge. And that's really all this is. I feel like there's not much actual field combat skill that's being tested here. It's really just, is your level high enough, yes or no? So if you can't finish this challenge, you might want to wait until later in...
Look at you.
I was going to use up 5 of my hero's jeweled roots because I knew that that was going to happen, except I got distracted by the fact that I wasn't able to do this due to Blight and had to do Eupha's rank up and had to talk about other things. I may have just wasted 5 hero's jeweled roots. I mean, I have a lot of them to spare, though.
12 days remain.
Oh, okay, right, it's Idlesday today, and that means that you're not actually selling masks today. Ironically, the one store in Uchronia that has worse deals on Idlesday. But now that it is Idlesday, I can check out the Magic Association
Hey.
and buy the ridiculously expensive igniters on a steep discount. Also, we can sell some of these. Could also appraise a whole bunch of these weapons that I got from the bandits. Yeah, I would rather have the Transcendent Igniter. I'll take 2 of these. And I may as well take... It's just like everybody who is physical in my party has already learned Charge from Berserker, so I don't think I need this. Nay, one day I'll buy the Seraphic Igniter just to flex. And you didn't think I'd forgotten about the toilet, did you? Of course, I save and I get the Gauntlet Shrooms on the first try. So this one, I know what this is, so I'm going to prepare ahead of time. You can only use the protagonist and one other character, and they both have to be using Brawler archetypes only. So, I'll go... Actually, no, I'm going to swap over Basilio first. Normally I use Stroll for this, but I'm doing it at a point where I can use Basilio. Might as well show off Basilio for this. Not a lot of people do, I feel. And then you'll get the leftover punching weapons.
I'll let my fists do the talking.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually mentioned this. Astral Stained Fist, Star-Crushing Fist used by the Moon Goddess. This is actually a reference to Artemis from SMT 5 and her Astral Saint Strike skill. So one of the enemies in this fight is weak to light, but I don't think I'll be able to use it because we don't get Energy Ray off of 2 brawlers. So I guess I'll just have to inherit Hummer. Duel of Bandits. I guess they got captured from that cult, and their punishment is to fight in the arena to the spectacle of others. That's actually super dark. You can only have one other ally with you. It's a 2-on-2 battle. Which some things back in Pokemon Gen 2 used to call double battles, and that always bothered me because the games called them double battles. Okay, yeah, so let's call Basilio. So we'll get a special reward if we finish this.
Oh, yeah?
They getting any dialogue? We're facing actual people today!
What?
Come on, come on.
I do wish the Coliseum host was actually voiced, but you know what? I'm gonna be fun here and use my first turn to charge on both of us. and just really intimidate these people. I do really like the brawlers. I probably like the pugilist design more than the martial artist, actually. They got a crit, but yeah, so these guys, they're level 50, so both dazed. Huh, that's actually not good. Let's just use the Coney Stew to cure that. But I should be able to use both of our attacks here. Tiger Eruption Fist activate with charge. Okay, that one's down, but this guy is the strike resistant one. However, this is not strike damage.
You can do this.
Okay, it's pretty much the same animation. But there he goes. So yeah, level 50, so this is like around about late Altabury arc levels. Oh hey, I actually leveled up out of that. Yeah, unfortunately Basilio's overall luck is not great. Because luck affects critical hits, so you'd ideally want good luck on him. So now we're in gold rank. And we get the full moon medal there, and also the chain of bonds. Also some courage and popularity I didn't need. So now I might need to start actually trying. Because now that we're in the gold league, the enemies are at level 60 to start with, and they only get stronger. Yeah. I think I alluded to when we fought Lena that wasn't the last we'll be seeing of her. Lena is a fighter in the arena now.
Fight on.
That's not it.
So this is another one-on-one fight. And for this, I'm going back to my ultimate archetype on Will. No, unfortunately, she's not fully voice acted for this. Yeah, she's dropped out of the tournament, but she still wants adverts for her Gola runners.
Come on, come on.
All right, let's show him what we can do. Looks
The him is the arena announcer, probably, not Gallica misgendering Lena. But yeah, so Lena, pretty much the same as she was before. She is weak to ice, so that can be good if you have a magic build, Will. You can spam something like, you know, general. But my thought is that I go for Hero's Cry. So the thing is, if you try and use buff skills, she does have a tendency to clear out your buffs, from what I remember. Like, I seem to remember having some problem with that the first time, but I can use Hero's Proofing to get myself a bunch of press turns, then fully buff myself with that, then charge myself. But remember that you can't use Royal Sword here, because that's a synthesis skill. But she doesn't resist Slash, so I could go for Heroic Slash here, but I'll be safer if I use Smashing Salvo from the back row. It'll also debuff her. Or I could just crit and one-shot her. Okay. Swole Real strikes again. But yeah, I remember this fight being oddly annoying in my first playthrough. I think she does have a way to clear buffs from you. You can get stuck in a loop of using Hero's Proofing over and over again. So, well, that wasn't a great advert. Lena got absolutely humiliated. Promoted to Gold 2, which means exactly one more day, and we will be at the... Well, actually, no, not really. Because there's one more fight after you reach Gold 1. It's just like kind of the Elite Four in Pokemon. You go through the 4, and then there's the champion.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, like, there's a lot of people watching these. Although, really, I'd feel like Lena would be the kind of person who'd, you know, do sponsorships for these matches, like sponsor actual fighters. Apparently, gladiators in Rome really did have sponsors, which is something that was like, they were planning on doing in the Gladiator movie, but they thought that audiences would never believe it. But it was actually real.
Bye-bye now.
Politicians also would sometimes go to the Coliseum and use it as a vehicle for their own campaigns. Which I guess is what we're doing here.
11 days remain.
That time just keeps ticking on.
Here.
And war chest from Brigitte, more money, to recuperate some of the stuff we spent in her shop. Would you actually have Emperor? Yes, finally!
I'm off.
We actually need 2 Emperor masks, though, and I want to say that you can only buy 1 of each per day. Yes, you can.
What now?
So let's check out some of the prizes we've got. The Jade Jian, I think it's Chinese, so I'd probably pronounce that wrong. That could be purified. The Chain of Bonds relaxes conditions on skills requiring multiple of the same archetype. Interesting. I'm actually not sure how that works. Oh, okay, so what this actually affects is skills like Sense of Kinship here. So, normally, every member of the same lineage will boost this, will take this up, 1 tier on the skill. I've listed, all the tiers of the buffs in the archetype bios. But with the Chain of Bonds, it makes that character count as 3 members of that archetype instead of 1. So you can essentially boost Sense of Kinship up to 50% by having 2 people in the same lineage if one of them has the Chain of Bonds. At least, I think that's how it works from what I gather from online. The Full Moon Charm is also a large MP recovery every turn, which is really nice. So for this next fight, I'm going to do a couple of preemptive things. Like every middle match of every tier, this one is going to be a field combat challenge, so I'm going to go to Sniper again.
My aim is true for many
But I'm
champions.
also going to preemptively use 10 of my hero's jeweled roots, because we're going to be getting 10 as a reward from this. And yes, I actually reloaded a save, so I can actually get these, because I don't want to be wasting 10 hero's jeweled roots. That's pretty insane. So, a few of these are going to go into Basilio's martial artist, because that's kind of lagging behind.
I learned a new ability.
How's the Serenity? That's a quote from The Castle, which is a genuinely really good movie, but it's also an extremely Australian movie. Basically, every Australian has seen that movie. Okay, you already have that, so maybe the rest could go on Will's Tycoon. Because I have to take this down to 89. Okay, Lucky You Find is nice. There we go. Okay. Now, I would normally recommend saving before this one, because this is another major gate here. You know how I've said earlier that these challenges don't really test you on your field battle skills? Well, this is the exception. Not only do we have to fight some pretty strong enemies, we have to not take any damage. Now, I am high enough level that these enemies are going to be quite easy for me. If you're not, I recommend taking this very, very slow. There's no time limit, thankfully. So you can just, be very slowly chip them down, focus on dodging. As long as you don't get hits, that's all you need.
This'll do it.
Remember that the cockatrice can jump forward quite far.
I knew you
So we get the cockatrice alone, then we have the Leogryph alone. The Leogryph's a problem because it has a big ranged attack. But now we have to face them both at the same time. And it's very easy to get distracted fighting one, while the other one sneaks up and hits you, so be really, really careful of that. Okay, there you go. So, you should be gone now. Also, Basilio got his level 46 in a different fight, before I reloaded, but, The important thing is, he's level 64 by the end of this video. Maybe even 65, but he'll probably still be 64. And there is our return on the Hero's Jeweled Root investment. Oh, dang it, it's Blight Weather. Oh, I've already done this completely. Okay, then what the heck do I even do this evening? There's a story I can do in Altabury, I guess? I don't think I've ever really done this before. There's another activity that I can do in Altabury, but it's only in the daytime. I'm actually starting to panic a little bit because I did not expect the Blight Weather to be screwing up my ability to do the arena efficiently. I still need 2 daytimes to finish Basilio, plus 4 whole days to do the Trials of the Dragon. Because Eupha's fine, I can do that on the way to one of the Trials of the Dragon.
However,
But yeah, stupid bloody Blight Weather, that's really frustrating. It's only a thing in this arc too, so it's probably recommended that you do the arena way earlier in the game. interesting how every region does have stories about fairies, though.
Is it time already?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to hear the rest of the story. I'm so sorry, Gallica, but there's going to be a massive cliffhanger. Oh, come on. I really hope that I'll be able to fit everything in, because I still have 2 gauntlet challenges to do in the arena as well. I talked about just like, I talked about how the last arc gave you so much time, but I am really cutting it tight. Okay, so this is gold rank 1, but there is actually one more fight after this. Final opponent, a fearful monster whose name no one knows. Well, that doesn't sound like something you should have just accepted, but I guess anything for entertainment. So yeah, we have no idea what this thing is, but it is resistance to everything. So once again, we want almighty and weakness granting skills. I think I'll take Hulkenberg for this one. And of course, back onto print. Now this one is actually level 75, so it's not going to be trivial at my level. Yeah, it's a human. They did mention way earlier in the story that pretty much nobody in Brawlhaven's ever seen a human.
Come on, come on.
Alright, let's show him what we can do.
Yeah, she's definitely referring to the arena announcer there. So yeah, here are its stats, and I believe its strategy involves giving your party weaknesses and then hitting those weaknesses. But once again, we can use the Ice Blue Dance, Hadean Ice Crag combo here.
It's up to you now.
When the enemy doesn't have a weakness, you just make one. And, well, this thing is a human, so it will at least suffer massive damage from Will's Royal Sword. So if I can just get a good setup going until we can use that...
Not this one. Charging in!
I mean, Thunderstrike Thrust will drop its defense, even if it is resisted. And once again, let's set up the Ice Blue Dance.
This is the path.
And activate the Hadean. Okay, that's going to take up 2 of my turn icons, unfortunately.
Behold.
And now I do want to super buff myself, but I also want to charge. I think that's more important. Let's go for the charge. Let's stack up a second stage of defense debuff on you. And then, okay, let's just, actually, let's put a debilitate. Finally, actually using that. Yeah, see, there's Raging Pot, which makes, you weak to all affinities. Okay, then. I could go for Summon Fury to further debuff it, but it's already at max stacks of defense debuff, though. So I think I'll pass for now. You're already charged. I kind of want to use Heroes Proving, but how about we activate the Royal Sword? Okay, yeah, that's going to be our main source of damage. Get you back, pass to next ally. Set up another Ice Blue Dance so that you can use not Summon Tyrant, Hadean Ice Crag. I am not charged, but I'm going to go for a Royal Sword anyway. Will this do it? It did! I had a feeling it would. That would have been an unscathed triumph if it weren't for you for getting bonked on the head with a frying pan once. Pretty good levels out of that.
I shall rise to the occasion. I have never... Even I...
The only one who actually was in that fight who leveled up was Hulkenberg. But this puts us at technically the highest arena rank. However, there is one more battle after that. But with this, we get the Gambler's Manual and the Overlord's Sash. Both of them are pretty strong items. Yeah, as established, nobody knows what humans are in this town, hence why Glodell got owned all those months ago. I mean, considering there's really only one person we know who goes around making humans and having them attack people, maybe it was Luis. Probably thought it would be funny to just throw a human into the Coliseum and see how much carnage would ensue. Or, you know, he was probably planning on recruiting whoever actually beat it, but then he's like... Someone comes in and goes, "Good news! Somebody has defeated that human you sent to Brawlhaven!" Bad news, it was, those guys. Yep.
Fight another day.
So, we do have one more fight, and this is an actual quest. Become champion of the Coliseum. Okay, I believe doing the gauntlet doesn't count as a quest. It just counts as it's just an achievement. So, if I don't get to that, I can do that, like, in a separate save, at least. But, yeah. I had to get this far in the Coliseum because it's worth a side quest, and I want to be completing all of them for the Help Everyone in Need achievement. We need to live up to our campaign promises, after all. And, fortunately, it can be done the following night. So back to the Hushed Honeybee, and from here, as they mentioned, for this one we have to win in 2 turns or less, though I also want to show off the things that we just got there. Overlord Sash, it has the same effect as the beloved Greatsword, except as an accessory. So now more people can get in on the fun of that. The Gambler's Manual, oh right, this is insanely fun. Doubles critical hit damage. Combine that with critical trade from Tycoon, and oh boy, this is actually very broken. The downside is you can't combine that with Utilitarian's Manual unless you're Eupha and have her ultimate weapon for Summoner. But like, magic can't crit anyway, so what's the point of that? Now, I've got an idea for this. I could use Mania Bullet from Heisme to give it a slash weakness, and then hit it with Peerless Stonecleaver, because it's already weak to Pierce, which is something that Basilio can do by default. I think this sounds like a good setup. Okay, good, you have Utilitarian's Manual. You know, it's probably better that Heisme has the Utilitarian's Manual. And I'm going to be using Synthesis less on Will, I feel, so... But he could use the Overlord Sash. So this one is also basically a stat gate, but it's also a strategy gate. We need to take down this Guptoron in 2 turns or less. But I'm confident in my power. Let's do this. Fortunately, you have a whole squad with you. Although, honestly, I think I could do this even solo, thanks to Hero's Cry. So now it's time for the Ultimate Championship bout.
Alright, let's show him what we can do.
Pierce weak, Ice weak, immune to fire, just like every good Minotaur. But we're gonna go for Mania Bullet, which is also a weakness. So that is gonna be an increasing press turns. Haven't used this for ages, but it does set up Peerless Stonecleaver weaknesses, and this is what's relied on in a lot of speedruns. Okay, so now Stroll. He should probably charge before doing this, honestly. So let's, yeah, set that up.
Okay.
And now Will can hit it with the Smashing Salvo.
Is there another way?
Totally fireproof.
Yeah, no, it's not a red exclamation mark, so this should keep the...
Okay, let's do this.
Oh no, it does consume that! So it's a single slash strike pierce weakness, but the next time it's hit with any of those, that's gone. Okay, right. Good to know. But if I wild boar you,
Right in their weak spot.
Heisme will still be able to use another Mania Bullet, which will give me my 3rd blinking turn, I believe. Yes, it will. So I can use my charged weakness Peerless Stonecleaver here. And it's gone. Okay. That actually would have been even better if I'd had the beloved Greatsword equipped. But yeah, no need to worry. Totally fine.
Not bad at all.
Really, you want to be using charge strats, weakness-giving strats, synthesis strats,
Yes.
but strength builds in general help with that. Or if you've got magic builds, focus very heavily on ice damage. There's a few ways you can handle that fight, but like, with just the sheer amount of ways you have to boost your damage in Metaphor, 2 turns is a very, very long time.
Mission accomplished.
Because that means 2 rounds of 4 press turns, and that's with the potential for each of those 4 turns to become another turn. So it's more like 16 turns or less. Well, 16 actions, potentially. Well, I mean, a bunch of people watched that match, and they're probably going to spread the word. Sorry about that. So this explains why becoming the Coliseum champion is relevant to us becoming a benevolent king, because we've actually made this place something far nicer than it was before. And well, he just gave us the Yggdrasil crown, so I guess that's his way of saying no one's more deserving of the crown. So yes, we've now become the official king of the Coliseum.
9 days remain.
And now, I think it's about time to switch back to going for
not to die.
bonds. Because we only got 8 days left, but first, let's check out that Yggdrasil crown that I just got. Alright, it's a hat. Prevents mental status ailments, and gives a pretty okay amount of defense, not as much as Knight's Last Stand, though. Also magic +5, so better on magic build characters. So, we don't have that much time left. Next time, we go for some more bonding and also start on those Trials of the Dragon. I'll see you all then.